Nature. To some, it isn't all that special. To us, it's the opportunity to reconnect with the land, with each other, and to appreciate and preserve the world around us. Over the last 2 years, our love for the outdoors has taken us everywhere from the arid reaches of Utah and Arizona to the old growth of the Alleghenies and the lush waterways of the Adirondacks. We hope you enjoy the memories we have created and the adventures we have yet to experience in what we lovingly call the amazing outdoors.
We are at the north rim of the Grand Canyon. It's about 6 a.m.?
It's about 50 degrees.
It's cold.
It's cold, especially when you're used to 100 plus all the time.
So the plan is to hike the North Kaibab Trail down to Roaring Springs. I think it's about 4.5 miles each way, 4 miles each way.
Yeah.
And it's like a 2,500 foot elevation change, so.
We're here super early, to get parking, because this parking lot, we were not the first people here. We were like the 20th, 30th car here. And B, to beat the heat, because it's going to be a ripping like 105 today. So we're really excited to do this trail though.
Yeah.
And we hope you enjoy our little trip along the way.
Our walk began in relative quiet. It's hard to imagine feeling alone on a popular hiking trail like the Kaibab Trail, but that feeling is what it's like to be in the Grand Canyon. You think you understand how big it is until you're there.
277 miles long, 18 miles wide with a mile of depth from top to bottom, the Grand Canyon has been a landmark of Arizona for millions, if not billions of years, and has been inhabited by indigenous peoples for thousands of years.
Morning birds began their ritualistic songs as we weaved along the dusty path.
It was hard to keep from stopping every 5 minutes to stare across the vastness and just appreciate where we were. Sometimes we did, and we were all the better for it. Out here, it's just us and nature. We think we're about halfway down. We passed through the tunnel, which is kind of our halfway mark on our way to Roaring Springs. And it has been epic, is the only word I can think of.
So the hike down before the tunnel, because the mules do use that trail, is pretty dusty. Once you get through the tunnel though, it definitely becomes more hard packed, so not so dusty, which is nice because I can feel my shoes filling with sand and dust. But the views have been absolutely stunning, so it's been really enjoyable.
I don't think any amount of video or photos in the world could do it justice. And I hope that even our just little videos inspire you to come out here, because it is beyond what I thought it would be. So we're just going to continue on our way down. Hope you enjoy it, because we are. We did get passed by a trio of hikers who were moving much faster than we were, and we quickly lost sight of them around the Grand Canyon walls.
As we continued our descent, we were constantly in awe of the beauty around every turn.
We didn't talk very often. It felt almost wrong to disturb the natural serenity around us. Squeezed into there. So we've been hiking for about...
Feels like forever.
And we're walking down, and I was like, can you hear all that wind that we're not feeling? Because we are baking out here. And Nikki looks across the canyon and goes, is that it? And I was like, is that what? And we look, I don't know if you can see it, but right down this line is the Roaring Springs. I wasn't hearing wind, I was hearing the water. I don't know if you know, but you can take a bath in it.
We are so excited.
So excited.
Can't wait to cool off.
Cannot wait.
Gonna cool off and have a snack and
take a rest for a little while because
it was a hard climb down.
Hard climb down.
We got an even harder climb up.
Even harder climb up. Unless they let us take the helicopter for free.
Unlikely.
Let's get going. It's the last time we see anybody. Mom, I love you. We made it to the Roaring Springs.
We made it!
And now we're gonna take a long break. And you can't join us because we're too tired.
But check out this waterfall.
Check this out. We're gonna get nice and cool now. See y'all later. Probably at the top. Bye.
Making it to Roaring Springs was definitely a much-needed break and a chance to recharge and cool down. It was very hard to leave, knowing we would have to hike all the way back up.
The high temperature for the day, according to weather services, was around 105 degrees. Something we didn't factor in was the heat index and that we would be traveling downward into the canyon. This rookie mistake would definitely come back to haunt us. When you travel further down into a canyon, you need to be aware of how quickly the temperature changes. From the North Kaibab Trailhead to Roaring Springs, the loss in elevation is around 3,000 feet, which can equate to roughly 18 degrees increase in temperature. Factoring in a cloudless day in the heat of the sun, the estimated temperature on a hike was around 124 degrees, a number we didn't really learn about until we completed our hike, and a mistake we'll probably never make again. Hey guys.
Last time you saw us, we were at Roaring Springs, which was 6 miles down into the Grand Canyon, not the 4.7 that the trailhead advertised. But we made it, and now we are slowly trudging our way back up. I think trudge is an apt word.
Trudge is an accurate word.
It's really difficult. There's not a lot of shade, so when we find it, we're taking a break, drinking some water, electrolytes, catching our breath, trying to keep our spirits up.
I'm just checking my water level.
Oh, plenty of water.
I got 2 liters. So I actually think I didn't drink enough water on my way down. And I need to try and drink more water on my way up.
Just sitting on a log, enjoying another rest break with gorgeous views all around us. So far we've climbed 2 miles up. I'm not sure what the vertical elevation change has been, but looking back at where we came from, we've come up quite a bit. Still quite a bit to go, so we're just gonna keep taking our breaks and trucking on.
kind of an abrupt ending to our video coming out of the Grand Canyon yesterday. And so this is kind of a video I wanted to make, and I had to think hard about it. We struggled really hard to get back from the Roaring Springs. It was 4.7 miles down with an elevation change of 3,500 feet. On the way back up, I suffered a lot of heat exhaustion. And Nikki kind of felt the same, but it was really, really bad for me, to the point, on the second half of our trip, I started getting really bad thigh cramps, stomach cramps. I was feeling sick to my stomach. I was having trouble drinking water and feeling nauseous. I was dizzy. It was, a couple points, it was really scary. It was like one of those, like, I don't know how hard I can push anymore. And so I think the whole point I'm trying to make is know your limitations. We should have stopped much sooner and turned back much sooner. As much as we wanted to see it and be there and enjoy it, the way back up, it wasn't worth it for us. We are on our way to Bryce. We're stopping off at a couple cool little spots to do something, because we're probably not going to do any big hikes today. We're still pretty sore, and we just want to kind of give our bodies a rest. And,
we're in recovery mode, but we just pulled into Moki Caves, which is just north of Kanab, so we'll check that out and
see what we see.
Yeah.